You've heard of Achilles and Odysseus, but the hero who shaped the fate of Rome? That's a story you've never been told like this. And trust me, you'll want to stay to the very end. Hey, myth lovers. Welcome back to Myth or Real, the channel where ancient tales come to life. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that like button, smash subscribe, and ring that bell to never miss a journey into the world of gods, monsters, and legendary heroes. It helps me out a ton and costs you absolutely nothing. Today we dive into the epic, often overlooked saga of Aeneas, a prince, a warrior, and the thread that links the fall of Troy to the rise of Rome. You might think you know the story, but I promise you, there are layers here that even most mythology fans miss. So stick around, because this tale is about legacy, loss, and destiny. Our story begins in the twilight hours of a city doomed to fall. Troy, mighty and glorious, is burning. Greek warriors pour through its gates, vengeance in their eyes, fire at their backs. And in the midst of this chaos, a warrior fights not for conquest, but for salvation. His name is Aeneas, son of Anchises, a mortal prince, and Aphrodite, the goddess of love. Born of both blood and divinity, Aeneas wasn't just another Trojan. He was a survivor by destiny's design. Unlike heroes who sought death and glory, Aeneas fled the ruins, not out of cowardice, but of purpose, guided by omens and divine visions. He carried his aged father Anchises, led his young son Aeneas, and rallied a band of survivors. The gods didn't want him to die with Troy. They wanted him to build something greater. What followed was no less than an odyssey. Aeneas wandered the Mediterranean, much like Odysseus. But unlike the Greek trickster, Aeneas wasn't trying to go home. He was searching for a future he couldn't yet see. In Carthage, he met Queen Dido, strong, fierce, and lonely. The gods gave them love, or maybe cursed them with it. Dido fell for Aeneas, and for a time, he found peace. But destiny doesn't wait for love. The gods reminded him of his fate, and Aeneas left. Dido's heart broke. Her flames consumed her. Some say her dying curse sowed the seeds for the Punic Wars centuries later. History or divine irony, myth or real. Finally, he reached the shores of Italy. But the land wasn't empty. He had to earn his place in it. The Latins, under King Latinus, were wary but saw the omens. Aeneas would marry Lavinia, the king's daughter. But another suitor, Turnus, was not so willing to let fate decide. What followed was war, not against monsters, but against men, fears, and destiny itself. Aeneas, once a fleeing refugee, now stood as a warrior king. In a final, brutal duel, he faced Turnus. And when Turnus begged for mercy, Aeneas hesitated. But seeing the belt of his slain friend Pallas on Turnus' chest, he struck. It was justice, or vengeance, or both. From there, Aeneas founded Lavinium. His son, Ascanius, also known as Iulus, founded Alba Longa. And from that line would come Romulus and Remus, founders of Rome. That's right, the Roman Empire traces its bloodline not to Greece, but to a Trojan. But here's where the myth gets murky. Did Aeneas die in battle? Or did he vanish into the heavens, becoming a god known as Jupiter Indiges? Roman priests claimed to worship him, but no grave was ever found. Another lesser-known tale? Some sources suggest that after his death, his descendants faced civil war, chaos, and divine tests before Rome was ever born. Aeneas didn't just birth a city. He birthed an era of trial, triumph, and transformation. So what was Aeneas really? A reluctant hero? A divine pawn? Or the father of nations? Let me know in the comments what kind of character you liked most in this story. Kings, warriors, demons, angels, creatures? I read every comment, and I love seeing what resonates with you all. And hey, if you enjoyed this journey through fire, love, war, and destiny, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this story with a friend who loves epic myths. It really helps the channel grow, and it means the world to me. Until next time, remember, history may be written in stone, but myth is carved in the soul. This was Myth or Real, and I'll see you in the next legend.